Okay, after we learned 2.1 and 2.2, we know for any linear equation with one variable, we know A, B, C here. A, B, C are real numbers, and A is not equal to 0. We can follow the strategy to solve it step by step. Step 1, we should get rid of the fraction. If the equation contains fraction, we should clear the fraction. We multiply both sides by the least common denominator to get rid of the fraction, right? Step 2, we should remove parentheses. How can we remove the parentheses? Of course, we should use the distributive rule. Step 3, combine like term. To simplify our equation. But step 4, we try to get the variable term on one side and the number on the other side. So variable one side and number on the other side. So how about step 5? Step 5, we should get the variable alone, which means we should divide each side by the coefficient of the variable. Then last step, don't forget you need to check the solution. Let's see some examples. So first example. So first we see this equation and there's no fraction. So we can skip the first step. Then we check if there is parenthesis, yes. So we should use distributive rule. Again, make sure, don't forget anything. So after that, we should combine the like terms for each side, right? So we combine the number here. Minus 12 plus 7, we will get minus 5. Next step, we should keep variable on one side, variable term. So we should get rid of the variable term for one side. So we can do this like minus 3x. So after we do that, only one side have the variable because the right side, 3x minus 3x cancel out. So we only have the number. Then we can of course we should, oh sorry, it's 5. Then we can add 5 to both sides. After doing that, we keep variable terms on one side and a number on the other side, right? The last step, we want to divide it by 5 because 5 is the coefficient of our x term. So I can finish it. Divide the 5 for both sides. So the last step. Not the last step. The next step, we will get to the solution. The last step, we need to check the answer, right? For example, we can check it here. So I will use x equals 2. So 2 replace x. 2 times 2 minus 3 plus 7 equals 3 times 2 plus 5. Now let's check the left side. We will get, this will be 4. 4 minus 3 will get 1. So this is 4 plus 7. It will be 11. This side will be 6 plus 5 is also 11. So it's true, which means we confirm x equals 2 is our solution. We could check another one. So first of all, this equation does not contain any fraction. So let's check if we need to use distributive rule. Yes, we should. So we get rid of the parentheses. Alright, so if we want to keep the variable terms on one side, so we can do this. Plus 8t to both sides. Then we will realize on the left side we only have number, and the right side we only have variable, right? So after that, both sides divided by 3 because the coefficient of variable is 3. So last step, t is equal to 16 over 3. Of course, we could check if this one is the answer. So I will use 16 over 3 to replace t. Now let's check the left side. We will get this. So it will be like a 3 negative 10 over 3. And this will be like 80. So left side, we'll get this. Right side. Now left side is equal to right side. So it's true. The equation is true. Then we confirmed t is equal to 16 over 3 is our solution. Okay, so let's check objective B. So containing fractions and the decimals. Let's check the example. So first, we realize this time we have fraction in our equation, right? So the first step, we need to try to get rid of the fractions. how can we get rid of the fraction, or we'll say transfer our fraction into the whole number. So we only need to multiply both sides by the least common denominator. So here the denominator is 2 and another denominator is 3. So least common denominator will be 6, right? So multiply both sides for 6. Okay, I can show you. You can do like this, both sides, times 6. After that, we should use the distributive rule for getting rid of the parentheses. We will get 3x for the left side and 4x minus 18. The remaining part are just the same. We'll try to keep the variable terms on one side, right? And try to keep the... So we will try to do this. Minus 3x and plus 6. We want to minus 3x plus 6 for both sides. So minus 3x plus 6 for both sides. So after, oh no, I made a mistake. Just first, just try to do minus 3x for both sides. Okay. After that, we will have negative 6x minus 18. After that, we plus 18 for both sides. Then we will keep x equals 12. Okay, x equals 12. Of course, if you want, you should use use 12 to replace x to test if our solution is correct or not. Okay. So let's check another example. So this time we got this. So this time we still have the fraction in our equation, only one fraction. So we only need to multiply by 3 for both sides. So we will get 3 times 3 over 2a plus 3. Don't forget, on the right side, you should do the same thing, right? After that, you will use the distributive rule. The remaining part, we only need to keep the variables on one side and the so you can see both sides we have plus 6. So you can minus 6 for both sides. Then we have 2a equals 18a. Then you can minus 2a for each side. Right? After that, you will get. Then you will realize a is equal to is equal to 0. Both sides divide by 16. You will get this. A is equal to 0. Okay, the last step you need to check. You use 0 to replace A, then to check if the solution is correct or not. Let's check an example. If we have decimals, what should we do? So we still want to transfer our decimal to the integers, right? So we can do both sides multiply by 100. So after we doing the multiplication, we will have this. Next step, we should combine the like term. X is equal to 4. Okay, so next objective is about find the equations with no solution. So for example, we have this one. So first we still need to use distributive rule to get rid of the parentheses. But make sure you don't make the mistake for this step. To that. You will have this one. Negative 2x plus 20 equals negative 2x minus 6. So there's something wrong, right? If you add 2x to both sides, you will definitely get you will cancel out all the x terms. You will get this one. 20 is equal to negative 6, which is fourth for the equation, which means there's no solution. Because the last statement is not true, it's false, right? So we get the conclusion. There's no solution for this equation. We can check another one. Okay, first step, we still need to use distributive rule. After we get rid of the parentheses, then we can combine a like term for each side. Now you will find if we do minus 3x for both sides, you will find we will get this conclusion. 10 is equal to negative 18. So which is fourth for this statement, right? It's fourth, so our conclusion should be no solutions for this equation. Okay, let's check the last one. This one, we still need to use the distributive rule. After we check the equation, we realize the left side is just the same as the right side. So if we still do the minus 3x for both sides, we will get this. We will get negative 12 is equal to negative 12, which is always true, right? So if two sides are identical, then we will say every real number is the solution. This statement is always true, and there's no x involved. So if we check this step, you already realized the two sides are identical to each other. So which means it's true for any value of x, which means every real number is a solution. So every real number is a solution is the conclusion. Okay, so make sure if the statement is false, then we get the conclusion, no solution. But if left side is identical to the right side, so which means every number is a solution. This is not the same case.